Yes, I talked about art science, and basically my point is that art science does not exist as an object as such, but that it includes very different kind of projects, aesthetic approaches, questions, and this morning I tried to propose a few of them, and by giving examples of artworks that are relating to those questions. And the second element that is important for me at this time is to propose a renewed vision of scientific illustration. What is scientific illustration in the 21st century? I don't think that scientists are approaching artists. I think that some scientists are approaching some artists. And I think that our world in general, our societies in general are in crisis, and that the people that are dealing with knowledge, which is science, and the people that are dealing with another kind of knowledge and symbolic negotiations are trying to bring new ways of thinking, and they are the ones that bond, or some of them bond, to try to propose new forms, new formats, new hopes, probably, hopefully, yeah. Two things. The first thing is that throughout histories, human likes to create stories to be scared. And they like to create stories to be enthusiastic about. So I think the machine as an autonomous being, like all the fantasy, are stories we like to tell ourselves. This is one thing. You know, like the kids, they like to play and be scared, and they know it's not true, but they like to be scared. So as human, I think there is this element. The second component of the answer is that we are evolving. We have evolved, right? And we are evolving, and probably there will be a point in time when new creatures, totally fabricated, will be living, you know, in the mountains of Manizales or in Paris with us, and those creatures will probably be half machines, half totally machines, I don't know, but, and I don't, I'm neither excited nor afraid about that. I think we cope with the problems when they are, and what is going to happen won't have been foreseen. Horizontal transfer is a scientific notion that genes are not only transferred vertically from me to my child, but horizontally from different creatures. So there are maybe not genes, but components are transferred through, horizontally from one creature to another, and not only vertically. So in science, this is something interesting and important to see how the modification and the mutations and things are occurring in life. And I think as a metaphorical idea in social or humanities or art, it's an interesting notion on how you pass ideas and to others. For me, the debate of science, accuracy, and art integrity is the debate on what art should be. And there are people that think that art relating to science should not make stories, should not say fake things, should really be true to the science, really true to the facts and everything. And other people think that art has more freedom, and that can build any kind of stories. It's fake, it's fake. But because it's fake, it may bring more questions and more attention to what the science is about. So this is more where I put the discourse.
That's the interesting part. What can happen?
It's a very thin edge, and you know, I'm very much in favor of art. You know, building any kind of stories, but sometimes I think, oh no, this you can't do because it's really it's gone too far, and the edge of
intersection?
Yeah, is very thin.
Okay.
It's a very thin edge to navigate for the artist to propose something which is both a story and not poisoning. I'm ambiguous about that because speculation is a very interesting thinking tool in any kind of environment. It's a very interesting tool. At the same time, I have the feeling that sometimes those artworks that go into speculative approach are, how can I say, you know, trying to be the more weird and strange the story is, the better. And so sometimes I have this feeling that it's just to make something spectacular and outrageous, and more than to really bring a question through a speculative approach. But I know artists that are doing speculative approach works that are just fabulous. So again, it's a balance. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult to bypass that. Even if people are really willing to collaborate, there is always a moment where it's difficult. And I think it's trial and errors. So a lot of people are trying different ways to do it, and hopefully we will have a better way of doing it, but it's difficult, and all of them, the art institution, the scientific institutions are, you know, very heavy. They have a long history, so. But you know, yesterday I was in this panel with the rural network of residences in South America. And I think those people are somehow proposing a new. It's small and it can be probably cannot be scaled up. A new model where they have artists, farmers, shaman and indigenous people with indigenous knowledge, scientists, architects, the workers that build houses, you name it, and they bring those people together for I don't know, 3 days, a week, a month, and because it's none of them are in their normal environment, it creates a place where the encounter can occur. So this is very homeopathic, but maybe it can expand in different models in different environment.